Hello everyone, it's Jess and welcome back to Noseinabook. Today we are doing my February wrap-up, and this is obviously very late because it is currently the middle of March when I am filming this. So I didn't have any time to wrap up February, and then March has been so busy. It's my best friend's birthday in March, my sister's birthday is in March, so I just have a lot going on, and I haven't really had that much time to read this month either, so hopefully the end of this month will be a little bit more reading intensive than the beginning has. But I wanted to let you guys know what I read in the month of February, and then also what I'm currently reading now. So let's get started. So first I'm going to show you the two books that I'm currently reading because I actually started both of these in February. The first one is A Crown of Wishes by Roshni Chokshi. I did not love A Star-Touched Queen, but I've really been enjoying A Crown of Wishes. I just haven't had a lot of time to read it, and for Yearathon in February it didn't fit the theme, so I put it on hold. So I've picked it up again this month, and I'm about 12 chapters into it. Really loving it. I really enjoy these characters a lot more than I did the characters from Star-Touched Queen. And yeah, so I'm very much enjoying this. I'll talk more about this in my wrap-up for March, probably sometime in the middle of April, who knows. And then the other one I'm still currently reading is The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. This one did fit the theme for Yearathon. It's actually one of the reasons I picked it up, but it's a classic and it's actually really fast moving. I just haven't had a lot of time to pick it up since then. I wanted to read some more romancy things for the month of February, and this was, I mean, it's kind of romantic, but I mean, so far there hasn't been like a ton of romance. It's like an adventure, like high adventure, and I like it a lot. So I am still currently reading it. I am, I think, halfway. I'm on chapter 37. So I'm really enjoying this one a lot. And again, I'll talk about this one more in my March wrap-up. Now onto the books that I completed in the month of February. The first one is a 2-star book, and that is On the Plus Side by Alison Bliss. This is the second book in her Perfect Fit series. I believe there's 3 out now. The first one I read, which is Size Matters, and that one I liked a lot. It was my first ever like plus size romance book I've ever read, and I liked it. It was really cute. I don't remember how much I rated it. It might have been 3 stars, maybe 4. I don't remember. This one I did not like as much though. However, it had a lot of issues for me. I only ended up giving it 2 stars. It was cute, I mean, but literally I didn't care. There's so many things that did not need to happen in this book. So many things, so many lies that were told just for the plot's sake that I just didn't enjoy, and I didn't like the relationship between the 2 main characters that much either, so it really didn't have a lot going for it for me. So yeah, I ended up giving it 2 stars. I will never pick it up again. However, I may pick up the third one because basically each of these are kind of linked, so they follow different characters within that same world, and the character that we got to see a lot of in this book that I actually really liked his character out of all the other characters. He wasn't even the main character in this one, and he's the main character in the next book. So I will see if I enjoy that one, and if not, if it's another 2-star, I probably won't read more from this series if she releases more. Like I said, the first one I liked. This one, nah, not so much. All right, the next one was the book that was for my Getting Teen Trashed book club pick, and that is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This is the first book in her trilogy, possibly quartet. I think it's a trilogy. Anyways, so shout out to my friend Larissa for letting me borrow this because I could not get it out from the library for the life of me, apparently. Like, I had it on hold for like the whole month and it never showed up, and so she was kind enough to let me borrow her copy so I could read it. And I actually never thought I really wanted to pick up this series. Like, it just didn't sound intriguing to me, and I'm not a huge contemporary person. But reading this one, definitely really enjoyed this one. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I really liked the characters. I loved the sisters. Like, I love the sister relationship. And for me, being from like a broken home and having like a similar relationship with my younger sisters, I just loved I loved the way they were portrayed. I felt like that they were really, really well developed as a family unit, and Laura Jean is very much a lot like my younger sisters, so because I was the oldest, so it definitely, like, there were some really touching moments between the 2 sisters in this, so I really liked that. However, I did see a couple of problems with it. There were, like, I didn't enjoy some of the things. I don't want to get into spoilers or anything, but like, I didn't enjoy a couple of the things that were like the drama between the siblings and that kind of stuff. that I felt like didn't need to be there, but I felt like it was remedied in a really good way and a really realistic way. And I'm definitely going to be picking up the rest of the series because I definitely want to find out what happens. And it was one of those books where I thought I knew who I was shipping at the very beginning, and then I changed like 5 times. And I really like that because it's not like, love triangles are not the greatest, and it wasn't really a love triangle. Like, you kind of know deep down who she's supposed to be with. At least I thought I did. And so, like, it's not really a love triangle, but I love it when the love triangle makes you guess and you're just like, wait, what? Like, what's happening? So I actually ended up really enjoying this, thus the 4 out of 5 stars. It was a very lovely surprise. The next one that also got 4 stars was The Princess Bride, the S. Morgenstern's classic tale of true love and high adventure by William Goldman. This is the beautiful illustrated edition that I showed you guys in a recent haul, if I ever actually posted that haul. Honestly, I don't know if I did or not, but like, here's like the map and everything like that. It's so beautiful. I just love it so much. And like, the artwork is absolutely stunning. Let me see if I can find a really good one to show you. Even like each of the chapters has like this beautiful page, and then let's see, I want to show you my favorite one, but I have to find it first. Oh, there it is. This one is my favorite. I just love this with Buttercup and the Dread Pirate Roberts. It's so beautiful. So this book, I thought I had read this book before, and reading it now, I don't honestly know if I ever actually read it. I think I thought I read it. I definitely picked it up once, probably from the library, and then did never actually get to read it or something. But reading it was so different. And I have to say, I thought I was going to give it 5 out of 5. I thought I was going to absolutely adore it because I love this movie a lot. And the book was so good, guys. It was so fun. The high adventure, and it's like the movie, only better, but not like everything. There's so many things. Like, this is like its own thing as well as being part of the movie. So I don't like to say it's better than the movie, because I love the movie so much. But it has some parts that just aren't included in the movie that like make this book so much more like, I don't know, it's just got that high adventure feel in the book. When you're reading it, you're like, this is high adventure. It's exactly what it is. The thing that docked it a star for me, and this is a differing opinion for a lot of people, but this docked it a star for me, and that was with William Goldman's like referencing Morgenstern. And so if you guys don't know, S. Morgenstern's classic tale of true love and high adventure does not exist. So basically, William Goldman, as a like writing technique, talks about The Princess Bride as if he is adapting it or abridging it and translating it from its original language into English and like cutting out the unnecessary parts. So that original tale does not exist. So when you're reading it and you're like, you know it doesn't exist, but you're like, okay, well, what's the original? Like, why are we cutting stuff out of it? Well, this is the original. And for some reason, that just bugged me, because it wasn't like it was in footnotes at like the bottom and you could go and like just read the footnotes. It's like included, where he gives you notes as to why he cut out this like 84-page thing about trees. And you're like, but that didn't exist. Why are you interrupting my action and high adventure to tell me this thing that's not actually true? And so I understand it, and it's funny, and I get it. Like, I just didn't enjoy it, and it docked it a star for me. Every time he did that, I was like, guys, I'm like, William Goldman, I am in the middle of reading this and trying to get into the story, and you keep segueing to things that don't matter, and I just am confused. Also, like, I'm not very well versed in William Goldman, so I don't know what he was saying that wasn't true and was. I mean, I know there were some things obviously that weren't true, but there are things that you're just like, is that actually the case? Does something like this happen? Are you just making this up? I don't know, like, what? And I get it, why people like it, because it's part of the comedy, I think, but for me, it just didn't fly, and I don't know why. So sorry if that is a differing opinion for you, but like I said, I did love this book. I loved it, and I love the movies, and the movies. Wouldn't that be great? More than one. I love the movie. I love everything about it. It's just that little thing just irked me. So 4 out of 5 stars though, and if you guys, oh my gosh, the illustrations in this are beautiful. So if you guys are fans of The Princess Bride, this is worth it. So worth it. The next book was another 4-star, and that is The Merchant's Pearl by Amy O'Brien. Now, I don't know if I talked about this yet, because I think I talked about it in a haul maybe, but Amy is one of my friends on Twitter, and I won her giveaway in November, and so she sent me it. It's got a lovely inscription by her to me, and I was just so happy to have won something, and I was so happy to give this a go. So this fit the theme for Yearathon, so I started it in Yearathon. I don't remember what the theme was for the life of me right now. Why can't I remember? I don't know. But anyways, so this fit the theme, and so I picked it up for that. And the 2 books that I was mainly reading for Yearathon were both really big, because this one and Count of Monte Cristo are really, really large. So I made this one my priority because it was, you know, February, and I wanted to read romance, and this was romantic. So this one definitely got 4 out of 5 stars for me. I really liked so many things in it, and I was thinking about doing a full review video just because I want to talk about all the things, because I've never had an author send me their book before, and I don't know, it's just awesome. Anyways, there were so many things I really liked about this book. This one had so many references to a lot of Jane Austen, which you guys know I'm a huge Jane Austen fan. It also had a lot of Jane Eyre-esque things happening in it. I wouldn't necessarily call it a retelling of Jane Eyre, because it takes some different twists and turns than I was expecting if I was retelling Jane Eyre in this setting, but I really did enjoy how it harkened back to those stories, into multiple different stories. I really enjoyed the romance. Amy O'Brien kind of talks about how she likes to write love stories where love triumphs over lust, and that's exactly what this was. It was very beautiful. The romance between the 2 main characters was really amazingly lovely, and I loved how that built. It felt very real and natural, and it wasn't all of a sudden something that blossomed out overnight. It was something that grew over time, and we had a lot of book for it to grow in. And I know that she has another book in this series coming out, but I don't know who we're following, if it's the same characters, or if it's different characters in this book, or if it's new characters entirely in the same world. So this is set during the 1800s in the Ottoman Empire. I wish I had known more about the Ottoman Empire in this time period, because I felt like I personally had a lot of hard time visualizing things because I had no prior knowledge of it. So when I was first reading it, I had a harder time getting into the world. I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be picturing in my head. And then as I got more into it, it got clearer and clearer. So I think that's partially me not knowing anything about this time period or this culture or really anything like that. And so it became clearer as you read. I really liked it and definitely gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The last one that I read that I gave actually 5 out of 5 stars, and that was something that I really wanted to pick up for the month of February, because romanticness, and that is Pride and Prejudice. But this is the cuddle, little hands book, lit for little hands. So I got this over at Whole Foods, and I love it so much. I don't know if I even actually posted the haul I hauled this in, but it is a picture book, motion book, board book of Pride and Prejudice. And I've seen a couple little things like this, and they're always a counting book or something, and they're cute, but this got 5 out of 5 stars because not only is it super beautiful and super entertaining but also because it actually managed to get a good chunk of the story in here. I was very surprised at how well they adapted the story for the audience that it was meant for. And I really enjoy it. And so there are so many beautiful pictures in here. And if you guys are fans of Pride and Prejudice and you're looking for something to give as a gift for a baby shower or something, this is perfect. And also, if you just want another fancy, fun copy of Pride and Prejudice that you just want to read yourself, obviously it took me 5 minutes to read this book, but it was so cute. And I loved playing with all the little things. Maybe it's just because I'm a child at heart. Maybe that's why. But I loved this, so I ended up giving it 5 out of 5 stars. Obviously, I know the story of Pride and Prejudice, but reading it in this format, I felt like the way they adapted it deserved that 5 stars. It was so good. So that is all. Those are all the books that I read in the month of February. It is now March. Oh my gosh, I can't even write now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another video.